So there's an interesting development that I'm following for you right now. Let me just read it for you, and it concerns the electricity in Enugu State. The Enugu Electricity Regulatory Commission, EERC, has announced a new electricity tariff for Enugu State, cutting the band A rate from 209 naira to 160 naira per kilowatt hour. The rate takes effect from August 1, 2025, and applies to MainPower Electricity Distribution Limited, the company now responsible for electricity distribution in the state, following the unbundling of the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company. The Commission says the revised tariff is cost-reflective and aligns with the federal government's current subsidy on power generation. Tariffs for bands B, C, D, and E have been frozen, meaning customers in those categories will not see any increase at this time. The decision is backed by the Enugu State Electricity Law of 2023, which empowers the Commission to regulate all electricity activities within the state, from generation to distribution, in line with the 2023 Constitutional Amendment and the new National Electricity Act. The EERC explains that the reduction in Band A tariff followed a detailed review of the MainPower's license and cost structure using its 2024 tariff methodology regulations. At the current federal subsidy rate, the average cost of power in Enugu State stands at 94 naira per kilowatt hour. Band A customers will pay a higher rate of 160 naira to help manage financial risks and prepare for gradual transition in the event that the federal subsidy is eventually removed. The Commission warns, however, that should the federal government withdraw the generation subsidy, tariffs could still rise significantly above the current Band A rate. To ensure cost to consumers receive value for their payments, EERC has mandated MainPower to publish daily power supply updates on its website, reflecting a rolling 7-day average for all Band A feeders. Failure to meet committed supply levels for 2 consecutive days must be reported to the Commission within 24 hours. If the shortfall extends to 7 consecutive days, the affected feeder will be automatically downgraded to its actual supply level. The Commission says it is committed to protecting consumers, improving electricity access, and ensuring that Enugu residents enjoy reliable and affordable electricity under a transparent and accountable regulatory framework. So that's it. So many persons have said this is a welcome development. You know, so many persons in Enugu State have consistently, continually said that they are being overbilled. And this overbilling, when they complain to NERC, which is the former body that usually, oversee electricity in Enugu, when they come to them, because it's a federal government, there's a little or nothing they can really do. All they can do is to maybe ask that they refund, and sometimes EEDC at the time doesn't refund these monies. Now, what EERC, I just want to also lay a foundation. What EERC has done, EERC is now the body that oversees electricity in Enugu. Remember that electricity has been unbundled, and states can, in their own time, decide how distribution of electricity is done, who gets what, who's going to be on Band A, Band B, Band C, Band E. And this band thing has also caused much more chaos. You have somebody who is on Band A, charged a Band A price, but he doesn't have power. He rarely gets the power. We've seen people who are on, who say they don't want to be on Band A. You can't just force me to be on Band, and it's terrible, because I had the opportunity of interviewing EEDC at the time, and I told them, look, what if I don't want to be on Band A, and what I need in my house is maybe a certain 10 hours power, and I'm fine, and that 10 hours power is probably just use it to charge my inverter, and then I'm done. I don't want to be on Band A, I just want to be on Band D, whatever amount of power. And he says clearly, look, it's not like you can't choose whether to be on Band A or Band B. I was stunned. You say? So If I don't have the wherewithal to pay for the power, you're asking me because my house is located in a certain area, and you just said this particular area should be band A. You just go ahead and put everybody on band A. Why do you think I can pay? Why can't I choose what band I want to be in at any point in time? On what basis would I be put on band A? Why? You say, no, that's how it is. That they just maybe if they say if you are living in GRA, band A, Transekulu, band A, Ogwaji, band A, just distribute bands. And you'll be shocked that even villages, some places in the villages that are on band A. And when they were listing those places that are on band A, I was stunned. Like, these areas are on band A. You're very uncoordinated. But I hope that now that the states are taking control of the electricity distribution in their state, they are beginning to, really read through the documents. This EERC have done a thorough job, a very thorough job, because people have been complaining that how can I be on band A? I'm charged band A price, and I am getting power just 5 hours, 6 hours. What? Why? Why am I on band A? These guys have done a thorough job, and they went to the federal government, saw the numbers. You cannot tell me that government is still subsidizing electricity to a certain amount, and up until now you have not applied that tariffs, that subsidy on what you are distributing, wreaking havoc, milking people, and give them shoddy services. Oh God, these guys are phenomenal. I mean, I've always said things like, once it's government, it's not efficient. I've always said it. But this man called Peter Mba, I don't know, the guy came with a mindset that is different from government, and thank God he didn't stay that long in government. Yes, he worked under Chimaroke for a few years, but ever since he left, he's been in the private sector. Efficiency, influence, capacity. Ability. That is what we need for somebody like that. Look at now, everybody is now seeing that over the years, EEDC has been milking people, have been taking more from them and giving them darkness. But I would ask that EERC should go further and penalize them, because they are aware what they are doing. They are aware the difference of the amounts that they have gotten, that they have finally found, the difference on the amount. I think they should go further to ask EEDC to refund that money. Refund it to people who has it. 209 to 160. That's around 50 naira. So imagine 50 naira for all the persons that they're supplying powers to, that they've been milking people from way before these guys even came. It almost seemed as if that NERC at the time, in fact, at the time NERC even penalized EEDC and asked them to pay fine to the bank. They gave them the amount to pay. NERC gave them an amount to pay for defaulting, for defrauding the Nigerian populace. Now EERC is now finding fault in what they are doing, to tell you that these guys have been criminally killing people, criminally stealing from people in broad daylight. It's terrible. I'll ask EERC to please go further. Ask them to refund those monies if possible. Refund it through power. Let them give them power in while they refund, and they show proof. Let them credit everybody's meters, so that tomorrow, before they do anything, they are within the range of things to be done. And electricity is very expensive everywhere, and that's the truth. I mean, the countries and economies where they are developed, you know that electricity is very, very expensive to maintain the equipment that powers, our lights, our poles, our systems, the generation, the distribution. It's very expensive. And I hear that the government is looking to remove the subsidy from electricity completely so as to free some funds to enable investors to come in. But I'm just thinking that you can't do that with a 70,000 naira minimum wage. I just believe that Nigeria has the power, has the money to pay people at the very least 200,000 naira minimum wage. I am saying this with all sense of responsibility because South Africa doesn't have the resources that we have. South Africa doesn't have the population that we have. Do you know what the minimum wage is? The minimum wage in South Africa is 350,000. Minimum wage, 350,000 naira. In their own currency is rand, but I did the calculation while I was there. It was compared to 350,000 naira. And they are what? Around 60 million population. We have 200 million population. And they were still doing 70,000 naira minimum. When look at the difference. We're not even halfway. That's the reason why an average Nigerian want to live in South Africa now. They plenty there. Making money. Bastard money. Almost feels like Europe. With black people inside. So, what am I saying in essence? If you are going to now start removing subsidy on everything, allowing the currency to flow, everything to float, put everybody on 200,000 minimum wage, because I know the country can pay it. If they are able to save money on different things, they'll be able to save money on different other things. So I urge that before they do that removal of subsidy, just like they did for fuel, they should try and do the maths. Try and do the maths properly. And then ensure that people are put in the places they're supposed to put so that people don't get into more trouble, more chaos than we are already. All right. I appreciate everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next one.